This is the Mert Auto Trader video for the 7th and the 8th of April. Well, basically the 7th, the system took a long and it just ground around above the reference bar all day long. And if the market can't go up, it then tries to go down, and bang, we got stopped out 4 points near the end of the day, and the market went down some more. The 8th was a really interesting and very good day, which I'm going to talk about some more. But I just thought I'd mention, because I happen to be having my system set for 5 contracts to give somebody some information. And you can see that it was set for 5 contracts on the 6th. But I just wanted you to know that on the 7th and the 8th, even though it was set for 5 contracts, it only ever trades 2, which means it only ever makes losses on 2 contracts. And here only traded 2 contracts until it can start to pyramid. So what the important point about that is that the losses are restricted to 2 contracts until the system starts to get profitable, and then it starts to pyramid the extra contracts. So here we only took losses on 2, and here we only took profits on 2 because we only have got 2 contracts going. But you can see it's set for 5 contracts, and here we met on the day before with 5 contracts. On the 6th we managed to get all 5 contracts in, although the last 3 contracts looked like they were all loss making. Anyway, right, let's talk about the 8th. Let me get the window back up. Right, the 8th was a really interesting, very unique, never seen it before day, and we did very well. Market goes up, reference bar is generated, and the price sits under the reference bar, so the system decided to take a short. Well, the level for the short would have been one tick above the close, which was 2075.5, and that was the high of this bar. So although the simulated mode says we were filled, in real life, those people who are trading it live would not have got that level. What would happen is that the system touches it and then says, right, if I didn't get filled, so if they did get filled, fine, but because if it touches it, some contracts will be filled at that level. But if you weren't one of them, then the system says it waits 15 seconds from the time it's touched, and if it isn't fully filled, it goes to market. So you would have got some slippage there. So it says we get in at 2075.5. You probably would have got 2075.25 or 0.0. And what I'm going to do is I'm working on a version that, thanks to the people at TradeStation, have shown me how to get actual fills, because I haven't been able to do that. So what I'm actually going to do is, when you get a fill on a different price from what the system says, it will change the 6 point level. It would change it to be 6 points less than the fill you actually get. So you will still be getting 6 points. The next bar here, we got our 6 points straight away. Dump 1, target hit for 6 points. But at the same time, it was I use the term large bar. I'm going to have to change that to long bar. It was a long bar. And with a long bar, which is 2.5 times the average true range of the day before, we say if it's a long bar, invariably that represents an extreme. We are going to get out. And what it does is it says, there's the long bar. I'm going to pull the stop right down and get out. And what it tells us it's a long bar, takes 6 points all in the same bar, and it pulls the stop down and hits it in the next bar. So we get out on a stop just here for 7 points. And that's a stop order. So again, there might be some slippage, and the new version, which is going to take me a week or so, will report those actual fills. But you would have got 6 points here, and it says 7 points. I don't know whether you get the 7 points or not. The system then went on to generate another sell signal, and yet again, for the second time in the day, we get the exact high. So the system says, I want to sell at 77, and the high of this bar is 77. So it will short to, but again, I suspect that actual live traders didn't get 77. They might have done, but it's 77. They would have got one tick or 2 ticks less. And the price grinds on. We bring the stop to break even here. This bar causes the stop to be pulled to break even. And then we get our 6 points. We get our 6 points here, which is there. 6 points up there. However, the low of this bar causes the stop to be pulled down, and the stop is pulled down to the stop is pulled down to 72. You can see the little red line here. In the next bar, even though we close here, the stop is pulled to that level at 72. We go down, then we go back up, and we're stopped out at 72. That wasn't a long bar close. I thought it was, but it wasn't. Here we go. Sell stop moved down. There we go. The sell stop is moved down there to 72. We take our 6 points, and at the same time, the next bar stops us out on the trailing stop. So I've often been asked, why don't you get out if the system, gives us a really good profit? And the answer is it does. With long bars, it uses that to get out. And when you get a long bar and a new really low low, it pulls the stop right down. The stop was pulled down to 72, and the next bar got us out. Now, it wasn't the absolute low, but it was a good profit. So according to the simulation, we made 13 and 11, 24 profit points. But I would guess that in real life, the actual profit was certainly over 20 points. And with my new version coming out, which I'm working on, we will get those levels reported exactly. So we know exactly what we're getting. And as for the hosting service, I've had a lot of response, and I'm currently setting it up. So I've got quite a number of people who want me to host it because they've said, this is great, but we're stuck in front of the screen all day. Well, I am, which is why I'm offering this hosting service. So I'm going to be sending out forms to people who've expressed an interest, and you have to sign those forms or put an electronic signature, not a typed signature. It has to be a scanned in signature, which you can then graft onto the form, or you can just print it out and send it to TradeStation, and then they will give me access to your account. Thank you very much. Speak to you again. Bye.